Hello and welcome to the day ahead. It is Thursday, November the 20th. I'm Andrew Gagan. Well, the local market is set to open higher with ASX futures up more than 0.5%. Global investment sentiment was cautious ahead of Nvidia's results. Tech stocks led the way on Wall Street with the S&P and Nasdaq advancing following a sharp sell-off earlier in the week. But the share price action was tepid with the Nvidia result coming after the close. The AI leader forecast fourth quarter revenue above Wall Street estimates, betting on booming demand for its AI chips from cloud providers. World's most valuable company expecting fiscal fourth quarter sales of $65 billion, give or take 2%, compared with the analyst's average estimate of around $61.5 billion. Shares of the AI bellwether rose more than 4% in extended trading. Ahead of the results, doubts had pushed Nvidia shares down nearly 8% this month. Well, shares of memory chip makers rose on a report from Counterpoint Research, which said Nvidia's switch to smartphone-style memories for AI servers could double server memory prices by late next year. Alphabet outperformed to hit an all-time high. Health insurer United Health and aircraft manufacturer Boeing weighed on the Dow. Retailer Lowe's advanced after the home improvement retailer posted third quarter profit above expectations. Big box retailer Target slipped after reporting a larger than expected drop in quarterly sales, with US consumers pulling back on discretionary spending. And TJ Maxx, parent of TJX, beat third quarter estimates while it raised sales and profit forecasts, betting that a wide sourcing network and fresh seasonal assortments will attract bargain hunting customers to its off-price stores. Walmart is scheduled to report later this week. Unity Software gained after announcing a partnership with Epic Games to bring its games to gaming platform Fortnite. And Constellation Energy gained after the Trump administration said it has loaned the US utility $1 billion to restart its nuclear reactor in Pennsylvania. Well, the US trade balance in August rose from a deficit of $78.2 billion to negative $59.6 billion, with the Atlanta Fed's GDP prediction model projecting a 4.2% rate of growth in the third quarter, up from 4.06%. And the US October payrolls report has been cancelled, while the release of the November report has been rescheduled to mid-December, which will come after the next FOMC decision. Well, the minutes from the Fed's last meeting showed several policymakers were against lowering the policy rate, yet subsequently FOMC member Thomas Barkin has said our outreach suggests a somewhat weaker labour market than the numbers suggest. If you ask businesses how they see the labour market today, they say balanced, but as they describe that balance in more detail, it doesn't seem so. Well, the US two-year Treasury yield is around 3.56%, the 10-year at 4.1%. Markets pricing in a 30% chance the Fed will cut by 25 basis points at its December meeting, with a total of 3 more cuts in the easing cycle. The US dollar rose with the FOMC minutes perceived as slightly hawkish. The Aussie dollar is trading at 64.8 US cents. Oil prices have fallen after reports indicated the US is renewing its push to end Russia's war in Ukraine and has drafted a framework for it. Brent crude futures down 2.5% to $63 a barrel. Copper's up 1%, iron ore flat at around 104 US a tonne. And the gold price paired gains after the release of the minutes in the Fed's meeting. Spot gold at around $4,070 an ounce. And Bitcoin has fallen to around 90,000 US dollars. It is a quiet day on the docket today. On the corporate calendar, a raft of companies holding AGMs, including Mirvac, Mineral Resources, Sonic Healthcare, Cube Holdings, Megaport, Boss Energy, Hub24 and Insignia Financial. That is your day ahead. We'll see you again tomorrow.